Hi, welcome to part 6 of getting this MVP landing page deployed. Now, I left it last time. The styling wasn't working, or at least styling was working okay, but Tailwind was not working. So I fixed that. All right. So it looks, that's how it's supposed to look. All right. Now, what I did there was, what I was lacking was in my application layout, I did not have the style sheet pack tag. All right. I also made a in Mina. I made a shared directory so that the packs could be put into a shared directory into a central place, and then possibly skipped if there's nothing to be compiled. Kind of like how it works with assets in the asset pipeline using sprockets. So, but I don't have that in right now. All I have in this Webpack is like every time it's going to compile from Webpacker. So what I also had to do too was I needed to make a directory there. All right, so a directory did need to be made after the initial Mina setup for this public pack. So when we look at the current directory, we're in release 3. And let's look at the public. You can see both of these now are pointing to the shared spot. All right. So, okay, I got to go to the next thing. And next thing is to actually test the, to see if I'm getting an email. Now, what I did is I made, this is a pretty simple thing where it just sends me an email. All right. And let's just see if that works. Okay, now I need to get that email. So it's going to one of my email accounts. I'm going to check that. I'm also going to go and now install the HTTPS. Okay, so I'm going to be back and I'm going to do, I can see that I did not get that email there, but I'm going to do the HTTPS first. So in DigitalOcean, like remember back to that episode, I did order up a Let's Encrypt cert. So it did complete the order, and I went to the install here, and I downloaded, well, here we go, Apache, and I downloaded these 3. Now I need to get these on my server first. So let me do that. Let me make this full screen. So I need to SSH. I put everything in certs. All right, so I needed SCPF file. Let's do certs. There, default. I'm just going to put this right in the root directory, and I'll move it later. All right, so this should work. So there it goes. Okay, so got them up there. And let me minimize this screen, go back to the DigitalOcean screen, make that big. All right. So these need to go. All right, let me go over back to here. Now, okay, here is my comp file. One thing I did do in the meantime from the last episode is one thing in Apache you can do is make these includes. So I made an includes directory in etc Apache 2, and I put this quick border guts information, configuration information in there. This is going to be on both. That's because on both ports, this exact thing is going to be used. So, you know, it's a nice way to not have to repeat yourself. So let's grab that. Let's stick it in here. Let's get rid of the comment out here. All right, let's put that right there. Okay, so I actually just took over another the QuickBooks Desktop integration site and put that here. So that's where I'm going to need to put these files. At least there's the full chain and the private key. And I'm also gonna, let's take these out. All right, because these are just going to automatically redirect to the HTTPS. site. So let me just do the quick border, and we'll make this quick border. And what it'll do whenever you go to just the HTTP quickborder.com, it'll punch you over to the HTTPS site. All right, so we got this going on. Now I just need to get these files moved over. So all the PIM files should be here, and there they are. So let's move. I need to move them. Where do I need to move them exactly? So etc let's encrypt live. That's where they need to go. And I need to make a directory there too, I'm sure. So etc let's encrypt live. Okay, that's something the deploy user over to a new screen session with the Apache root user, and etc let's encrypt live. All right, so let's make a directory there. And you see that's just root permissions, so we'll just should be fine. I don't need to do any special stuff on the permissions. So we got quick border, and I want to move over all this www quick stuff. So I can just do this. Wait, I gotta go to the root, my home directory. So just gonna move all these to etc let's encrypt live quick border. All right, they're all moved over now. Now let me go back to the comp file. What are they called here exactly? Again, it's www quickborder.com bundle, and then CRT, and then key. All right, so we'll stick with those names. I guess in some cases I actually change the names and make it a little more makes sense, a little bit more. So I got to do quick border. What's wrong? And full chain and private key, proof key. Okay, yeah, I guess I could do that. Why don't I just change the names there? So let me just CD over there. And I'm just going to change these names to this. So full chain. Would that be the PM and so they're both PMs, huh? All right, well that's fine because I know it says. All right, I keep going to the wrong. All right, so that's the key. So we'll just call it. You know what? The heck with it. Let's just keep these names. So www quick border. All right. Well, what I'll do is I'll just we'll do this. Bundle PM, and we'll call it full chain PM. All right, and then we'll do www quick border and the key, and let's call it the priv key dot key. All right, how about that? So here we just do, and there we go. Okay, so that should work. So let me just do a restart. And we should be able to get, this should automatically redirect now to HTTPS. Okay, it doesn't. Alright. Alright, so something's happening here. Let me get offline, see exactly what's going on. Okay, I'm back. I did get it working. We're now on HTTPS now. And yeah, it's redirecting to, so if I go HTTP quick border, it will redirect the HTTPS site. All right, and what the problem was is just simply I didn't have the CRT. See, it says certificate file, but I put the PEM in, and that was it. That was it. And I don't know why I changed all the names either. That was kind of dumb. Just leave it the way it was. So this is going to auto renew as well. I already have an auto renew script in cron. And yeah, I should probably show that. Let me see if I can find it. But I'm going to try to fix the email problem next. All right, so we got HTTPS. Now email is not working. Now if you remember, I did email through just through my Gmail account, and I have two-factor on my Gmail account. So I made a an application password, and maybe that's not being decrypted. I'm using Rails 6 encryption, and or whatever is going on. So I'm just going to take a look at that, see what's wrong with it, then report back when I actually fix it, so you don't have to see me make a bunch of mistakes. And that'll be the last thing. And then maybe I'll show this. If I remember, I'll show the auto renew file that I'm using for my other two certs that I have on this machine. Okay, I'll be right back. We go over that cert bot renew that I got to work. It's really pretty simple. So this is cron tab, right? You're seeing right now my cron tab, and I just have a simple job that goes every. What is this? Is this every? What is that? 6:10 in the morning? Yeah, I guess 6:10 in the morning. So I simply run in root a certbot renew. I have a little renew log that I'm piping to. But the most important thing is that works fine. So it'll renew all of your sites. Now it should renew the quick border too, but I have to check that. So I'll set like a little reminder for like 3 months from now in my calendar to see, or a little less than 3 months, to see if it actually renews. Because I've had some issues with that and getting, but it should renew all the sites actually. And anyway, but the most important thing you have to do is you need to reload Apache after the renewal, or your cert will still expire. So there's a thing in, let's go up here. Let me just get out of this. So you can see, I'm in this directory etc let's encrypt, if you see this down here. All right. And there's a renewal hooks directory deploy that should be there if you installed let's insert with like the command line thing in Ubuntu. Anyway, I just made this 01 reload Apache. So after a cert gets deployed, Apache will get reloaded. You see that there? Here's the exact. Oh gosh, I mean, I'm trying to go up here. There we go. So there we go. So it's gonna get loaded there, and yeah, that'll work real good. So it's like you don't even have to do anything. It just every 3 months it gets reloaded, and okay, so that's that. Let me go off and let me do one more thing. To troubleshoot when the cert wasn't working, I had to you just want to go to the error log, the standard error log. So I don't have anything designated here, but in the error log I have it's just, I mean, it's just going to the standard error log. Okay, so in there, I was able to see that. Oh, now it's way above in the error log, but I was just able to see that there was something wrong with the cert. See, like cert. See what it says there in the middle: certificate and private key quick border. They don't match. Configuration failed. So I was like, okay, I knew where to look. All right, anyway, okay, so that's that part. Let's get to the email, and then I'll be done. So I got the email working. Sort of. I got it working in development. I saw what the problem was. Here's a development console, and I was just getting a missing template error. All right, so you need. I thought it was okay. See, I hadn't really tested this, obviously. That you see, the generic mailer inherits from application mailer, which has a layout of mailer, but I guess that's just the layout, and then you need a template for generic mailer interested. But to get around that, you just need to add a body argument here to mail, and then you don't need anything. And the default content type is text plain, which is, so you don't actually need content type. And this is all I want, because I just want an email going over to my email. I'm going to put it in a folder somewhere. I'm just going to manage it there. It's going to be a database. Another thing I was missing was I needed a deliver now. Okay. I did not have that. All right. Now I had already pushed this and it's still failing. So I did a thing and nothing happened here, and I see it's failing. So then I go over to DigitalOcean and I see that the username and password is not accepted. So what I then did was I did a Mina console and I looked at what is the, I looked at these two, the credentials. Well, it turns out the provider, I spelled minimal.com wrong. All right, so then I edit it with Rails credentials edit. I made the fix. So now I just have the credentials YAML.encrypted to send. So let's do that. Let's see, fix email provider creds. I'm going to push that up to master, and we're going to do Mina deploy again. Let's see, it hasn't pushed yet. Okay, I'll just be back in a bit. Oh, looks like it's going. Okay, so let me just deploy. See, this is what I'd like not to do. See how it's building Webpack again each time, even though it's clear that in my commit I have nothing to do with anything in Webpack. So I should be able to just reuse the previous packs like the assets are doing. So that's what I want to add to here as well. But I'm not going to do it in this series. I doubt it, because I don't really care either. This is a landing page. It's like, whatever. I'm like pretty much done, I think, at this point. So I probably won't add that in. But if it's like a real app, I'm going to do it. All right, so let's see what happens here. Let's refresh the page. Yeah, let's do tested email. All right, so we successfully registered. Now this should have went. I'm going to go check offline so you don't see all my my inbox, and then I'll just do a final check-in that it worked. Okay, it did work. Here is just a screenshot I took of the inbox. So test@email.com is interested in Quickboard, the first one. And that's it. That's the series. So we started just with Jumpstart Basic, the Jumpstart template. We ended up not using anything at all, but we learned a lot. And we threw some stimulus in here. We threw some Rails 6, other Rails 6 stuff. I actually deployed it then to my own DigitalOcean server, like totally on the cheap. So it was quite a little journey here, 6 parts. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of it. Thanks for watching.